Welcome to Webway Radio episode 32. I'm Kurt.
I'm Steven.
I'm Austin.
And today we are going to talk about the new 11th edition Warhammer 40,000 launch box, Armageddon.
And also the rule changes. And
Well, all things kind of a
whole edition.
The new edition, but kind of focused on the launch box, I guess.
a little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. So
Lore, launchbox, lots
Sure.
of good stuff. Yeah.
before we get too deep into it, if you have any thoughts on the box, leave a comment. Spotify, YouTube, anywhere else that is, I don't know where you can leave comments anymore. They pop up all over the place. Like the post, share, subscribe, all the things. Hit the Facebook page too. Every like helps the algorithm. Same with YouTube. If you haven't already, subscribe. And anything before we jump into the episode.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Nothing so far.
Yeah,
Ready to
it's
roll.
Just a rainy Sunday morning here. Actually, it's my anniversary today. 12 years. Woo! Yeah. Well.
You made it.
I kid. Yeah, so let's just jump into hobby progress.
Right? Yeah.
Sounds good.
Austin, we'll start with you this time. What have you been working on?
Nothing. Haven't touched the paintbrush, haven't touched the glue or the snippers or any of that. But
I get it.
me and Jay have worked something out. We're going to be splitting the Armageddon box.
Oh, okay, so hobby is coming, just not here
Hobby
yet.
is paid for.
Where,
it's not here yet.
Where are you guys getting the box? Do you know?
I don't know. He's the
Okay.
one buying it right now, and
Sure.
I'm just going to pay him for my half.
Okay, cool. What about you, Steven?
Well, purchase discount, right?
Of course.
Yeah. So I bought a box of Hell Blasters for my upcoming Dark Angel Space Marine Army.
Project, yeah.
Yep. And then I got that eBay lot.
Oh, right. Now, did you talk about that one last time?
I don't believe it because I didn't purchase it at the time. I was like,
we talked a lot off mic after, so it all kind of runs
And you
together.
were like,
So it's an eBay lot with the Lion, Azrael, and 10 Deathwing Knights.
Very cool to add to your already
To add to my
large
already
and growing Dark Angels army.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think a lot of it's going to get Legends out, and I don't think tactical squads are going to survive.
They're intercessors now, wink, wink.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can just proxy it. They're adding all the new.
Put a second base on top of that base, and they're just as tall.
They're just as tall,
Nobody has to know.
right?
I mean, they're adding
Except for
back
the-
all those old armor mark pieces, so it works.
Yeah, except, they don't, they're still like the old, Mark 7
Yeah,
or Mark
tiny.
6, the
So
Aquila
cute.
armor.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, that's what I got. What about you, Kurt? How about you for hobby progress?
Like you guys, I have pre-ordered or secured my pre-order for a Armageddon box from Mastermind Games down in Huntsville. Check them out. They're great. As far as modeling stuff, I haven't done anything. I think I fixed 2 Legion characters for my kid because he broke them off their bases. So I guess technically I did hobby. Moved some stuff around out here, put my Drakari back in the case because it was starting to stress me out seeing all those models. And the Scourge are still on the hobby bench, magnetized and just kind of
Waiting.
left there. Yeah. So had a few hiccups this last week, and summer has started for the wife and the kids. So when I get home, they've done nothing all day, and it's immediate Dad and hey honey, because I need to handle all those things.
Right.
Bedtime has been pushed back an hour and a half. So my hobby time out here in peace and quiet is just non-existent right now. I love summer so much. But yeah, not a lot happening out here. For games playing, I'll spoil it now. I didn't play anything.
Shocker.
I mean, I'm going to be in that same boat. I haven't. I've been playing Warhammer 40,000 Darktide a lot, but that's a video game.
Hey, I mean, same. Right? So I've been playing Darktide and Space Marine 2 with my buddy.
There you go.
But no games played so
I think
far.
we're in that edition's about to drop funk, and
it's not been for lack of trying. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Oh, look, you've had a rough go, but I think everybody's just kind of waiting.
Right.
I actually, you can see out here in front of me, I've got the terrain footprints, and I've actually printed the green and the gray stuff you see there, just little pieces to go on some of those smaller, just to kind of, again, trying to size it and fit and see what kind of looks right. But until I think we see more layouts and things like that, it's just, I can't do a lot. I've got a lot of really cool terrain I want to print.
Yeah.
I'm just afraid it's not going to work with the new whatever.
Well, I mean, also with the the new edition dropping, I really want to kind of get elbows deep into it. Because, I mean, you can look over the rule book, you can kind of, and we got the foundation from the previous edition, and it's just making sure that we learn it, because I personally learned by doing.
I'm the same way. The first game will be rough with the rulebook or PDF open.
I'm expecting the first game to be like 6 hours.
Yeah. It's like we are going to go through every single step, every single rule, one at a time, and just kind of feel this thing out.
That's why I was, at least last time, I was so excited to get a game in with Jay, because we were going to use that new layout and just kind of feel out the map. And
technically, you did.
I got to feel it a little bit.
It didn't go past the first turn.
Well, technically, it went past the first turn.
Well, barely.
We got through the first turn.
You got what movement of round?
Movement of round 2.
Yeah. So with that being said, let's take a quick break, and we're going to come back to our main topic, which this week is going to be kind of the new edition, the new box, our thoughts, our hopes, our dreams, our concerns maybe, and everything kind of related to the drop of 11th edition.
All right, sounds like a plan.
Sounds good.
So let's jump into our main topic, the new edition.
All right.
Yep.
So
11th.
I've been doing this a while, and so has Steven. We've seen new editions. For Austin, this is your first edition change. You're a 10th edition starter, right?
Yeah.
How you feeling?
About halfway through 10th edition.
Right. So year and a half, I guess?
It's probably going to be close to 2 years now, but
still. How are you feeling about, like, I know you see a lot of things online, good, bad, whatever. How do you feel about the updating of the game?
From just a very fresh player's experience, it seems like all the changes are really good. I'm rather excited. I know I've said in the Discord, I'm like 10 out of 10. I'm hyped for this. I want to see how this all plays out.
I'm right there with you. I'm at about a 10. I was done with 10th.
I'm 10 out of 10, done with 10th. Well, so with edition changes like this, there's two types of edition changes that I've noticed when it comes to Games Workshop and Warhammer. There is the complete overhaul, which usually happens every other
even editions,
every even edition. So that happened with between 9th and 10th was a big overhaul. That happened with between 7th and 8th, and then 8th and 10th. So those are the big overhaul ones. Those were a lot of rules changes and everything. 11th is going to be more of like a refinement.
Yes.
They're taking some of the tricks that people do, like one with the engagement ranges. Like there's a lot of
the 1 inch from the wall engagement range.
Yeah, the 1 inch from the wall engagement range thing. So this is going to be more of like streamlining, making things a little simpler, doing like a bit of a reset. Probably the best way I can kind of describe the 11th from what I've been reading.
Right. And my favorite edition was 9th, which was a rehash of 8th. And it was just refined and more gooder. I don't know. 8th was a complete redoing of the rules and everything. They indexed the entire game. I've still got the books over here with all the Xenos 1 and 2 and Imperium 1 and 2 and all the things.
And it was the introduction of the Primaris stuff, right?
Yes, it's when Primaris launched, and honestly, that 8th edition starter set was probably the best starter set they've ever done, because it was all new everything. It was a whole new army. Like it was.
Oh yeah, because it was like brand new Space Marines and brand new Death Guard.
That was the first time a Chaos got like its own faction, and
after Thousand Sons.
Well, they had stuff, but they weren't their own faction and their own codex at that point.
I thought Thousand Sons came first, though.
Everybody had stuff. I don't know. It's not, but it was a whole launch of a whole new Chaos thing. Like it was great. And even now, I think Death Guard still probably has twice what the Thousand Sons have. It's just they don't have a lot of options.
It's kind of crazy, actually, with how much data sheets are out there for Chaos and Space Marines.
Yeah. At what point, I know they split the Chaos books. Like, at what point he's like, all right, let's split the Space Marine book into, and they already have into like 8 other supplements. But
I remember when I started, it was just Chaos Space Marines.
I have that codex, man.
Because they went and they had it. I believe they had it split like supplements for like every single chapter.
Yeah.
And then in 10th they recondensed everything back.
Yeah.
And then you just had like the ultra special ones like Space Wolves and Dark Angels.
Ultra special.
Ultra special. But let's see here. Like, what indexes are actually? I think the appropriate way to call it is non-codex compliant Space Marine chapters are up there right now.
Right, and that's pretty much all that.
Which is like Dark Angels, Blood Angels, Space Wolves, Black Templars,
Templars, and I believe it was Death Watch, but they never gave them a codex.
Imperial Agents, sir.
Yeah.
Well, they had a codex before.
They're in Imperial Agents.
The three people in the world who play Imperial Agents are going to get real angry at you.
Hey, no, Death Watch has its own index still. It's still a digital detachment.
It's okay. If only 3 people play them, then they're definitely not listening to this show. So it's okay.
Well, they have
I've seen the numbers.
I'm sorry, they have 60% win rates. They can take as much heat as I give them.
And I still think it would be so fluffy to do a Death Watch army. I just can't bring myself to do it. Because Marines.
Yeah.
Anyway. So.
Tangent over.
Yeah. So the rules are changing. New player feels good about it. I feel good about it. So does Steven. I think we all feel pretty good about the new edition.
Yeah.
So some of the rule changes are coming. Everything's compatible. All your codexes, all your stuff. Now, I'm afraid just based off a few keyword changes we've seen, most of that codex is going to be in a PDF. Technically, it's valid, wink, wink, but I think we're going to see a lot of, and this is my hot prediction of the episode, a lot of updates and erratas to data sheets, and we're going to be playing off PDFs no matter what.
There's going to be a lot of day one errata changes just for the keywords and stuff, and then they're changing, like one of the new rules changes that are changing the profiles for plasma weapons. Mm-hmm. So now the undercharge is now giving you, at least for the pistols, is D3 shots.
Yeah, I want to see what the plasma cannon does.
That'll be good.
Call me when the cannons are ready.
As someone who plays who loves plasma weaponry, like Imperial Guard, Executioner tanks,
and Dark Angels
with Hell Blasters. I like plasma weapons.
My first thought was, oh wow, that's really cool. They're giving a slight buff to the undercharge on the plasma weapons. My second thought was, oh no, if I have to play Steve's list again, that's even worse for me. Those plasma cannons are horrifying.
Yeah.
Well, because I think the thought, I think I understand the thought process behind that one is because you have, I think the big thing with 10th was you had instead of options, you were just this is the best weapon and the best way to run it. And that's kind of how everyone was doing it. Now
you just always overcharge because
you always overcharge because there's no point not to overcharge. But if you get D3 shots versus one shot, you can overcharge and hey, I really want this guy to die. I don't care if I die in the process.
Yeah.
Or I can be like, hey, I got 15 gaunts over there. I need volume of fire.
Well, and the other thing is too is they're changing the way hazardous works. So now it's no longer flat 3 mortals; it's 1 mortal. Unless you're a vehicle or a monster. And then it's the flat 3. But for the infantry, like your Hell Blasters, if you fail 1 hazardous, that's not 1 dead Marine. That's just that's like bringing 1 to half.
Sure. Well, so kind of in the same vein, is there a rule or something that you've seen so far you're happy to see gone?
I think they changed the pistol the pistol keyword to close quarters.
Yeah, all the pistol stuff goes close quarters.
Well, because that's also other weapons. Because you can have because instead of this is a pistol. No, I have weapons with close quarters now.
Right, like Calgar's got his big bolt gauntlets, and those are considered pistols, but they're not really pistols.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
So that's, I think interesting.
The biggest thing for me is going to be some of the terrain shenanigans being updated.
One thing
let's say that.
Yeah, one thing I like is now instead of having to move a vehicle all the way into a terrain piece, I can tow in and see through it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Which I think is going to make gun lines come back.
Yeah.
And Kurt's
Of course,
like,
that lights you up like a
still
Christmas
have the
tree
hidden,
too, though.
Yeah, you still have the hidden rule though, which I think that's a good way to balance it. Is so you can have those tanks poking into the terrain,
Yeah.
and getting firing lines, but now your units are hidden, so it's less of a I can see you all the way over there. I'm just gonna wipe your army off the board. So
In the hidden rule especially, I've seen take a lot of flack on the internet. But I think it's one of those we need to actually play games and see what else is coming out, like what army rules are going to get tweaked and changed.
right now it's all theory crap.
Judge it. Yeah,
I can definitely see where people are coming from, saying like melee armies are already strong enough as it is, and now this is just going to make them more strong. But I've seen other smaller changes that nobody's talking about. It's going to be range is not going away. It's not going to become completely irrelevant.
I've seen a lot out there that like Tau is going to be doing a lot with the new
when they showed a
rules.
lot of their stuff is getting like +3 this detection range and things like that.
Right.
So,
And it's like we haven't seen a lot of the minutia.
so
And
yeah,
a lot of those armies are gonna.
We got the bones. We don't have the fleshing out yet. That's going to come. We're going to get everything. I'm sure there's going to be a lot out there once. Was it the 20th? I guess.
yeah,
release?
20th. Yeah.
Right. It's never going to stop the Warhammer Doomers, though. They're always going to. It's going to be just the Doomers. Nothing ever changes.
Yeah, Doomers are going to doom. That's kind of what they do.
Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. All right. So what does this mean for your Warhammer collection? Do you need to rebuy anything? Are you rebasing anything? Are you starting fresh? What are you doing in preparation for this?
So at least for me, currently, it's very much a holding pattern. I am switching back to doing Space Marines just because it's start of the edition. They're going to get more support right off the bat.
Sure.
And until we get a Necron's Codex drop, the internal balance of that faction is just so skewed to one side.
I think you guys are going to pay for the sins of early 10th edition.
We've been paying for the sins of Catan for the entire edition. Just the whole edition is
Look,
nothing.
Eldar's still bad, like 3 editions later, okay?
Unless you're running Aspect Host, no.
But no. But with this, I mean, if you want to buy it, buy it. If you don't, you don't. There's nothing you need to buy necessarily. Just make sure you get things updated. So I know,
But
like,
this was specific, like to you guys, not a
for
general question.
me-
But like, are you guys doing anything or rebasing?
for me, I need to get some more bases. I got armored sentinels. I need to rebase. I think that's the only thing I really need to rebase. I've already rebased a lot of my Castellans, because those are like 28 millimeter instead of 25 millimeter. But that base, I can't. Technically, that's a 3.5 millimeter size difference. Most people aren't going to be mad about that, but you're going to, don't want to run into that guy.
So yeah, if you start going to events though, that might become an issue.
Yeah.
I know I've been slowly rebasing some Drakari as I work on the units, but I know there's a few things that have gone to larger bases I didn't know about, like the Archon.
You have that field that he has.
The Flicker Field?
Yes,
field?
for the one.
Yeah.
And now I've got to do the other like 3.
Oh.
So
Come on, you can get those.
and I know as I worked on the witches, I rebased them, and I've got all the I got a lot of them painted. It's just doing it.
Right.
So we'll get there.
Don't burn yourself out on that.
Yep.
Because it's real easy. I mean, you've always heard
I
the
haven't done
stories.
anything hobby related, so like just doing something at this point is probably a huge W for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
But I mean, you also don't want to be that guy who's like, next night is going to be your tournament and you don't have a painted army yet, and you're painting,
building and then painting.
and painting an army while not getting sleep before an event.
Right.
that was my first event ever. Yeah.
Yep.
Because I didn't realize how flexible people were on that. So
Yeah. But I'm going to be, me personally, switching back to Space Marines, probably putting Necrons up on a shelf for just a little bit.
I don't want to play with this toy anymore.
No, it's more like you wait over here. We'll get to you later.
Yep, that's my Gene Stealer cult, just kind of waiting,
And
if
then
you will.
with the whole new edition, it might end up, we'll see if it ends up doing it, but it might kick my butt into gear to start actually building those 30 Infernus Marines for my Salamanders list.
Finish an army.
Hey, they're still Space Marines. They still count. I can still use them with my other one.
Hey, they're a flamer squad or whatever they're called now.
Yeah,
Eradicators with. Oh yeah, I guess yeah.
Yeah, Infernus Marines and then the Eradicators.
Perfect.
So I think the only real risk of like buying stuff when it comes to the new edition, because everyone always worries about the Legends monster.
Oh man, Space Marines right now would be the riskiest purchase you could imagine. I think.
I wouldn't
Unless
say
it's the Armageddon box itself, yeah.
I wouldn't say like it's the riskiest thing, but don't be like, hey, I want to get like 50, like 40 four tactical squads of because. I mean, you could proxy them. You can make them, non-tactical squads. You get them like as intercessors and stuff.
Just don't buy tacticals, devastators, and maybe the Invader ATV because that could possibly be going away. Right. That's the rumor going around right now.
And I have 4 tactical squads. A squad of devastators.
You mean you have 4 intercessor squads?
Exactly. Wink. You have 4 10-man intercessor squads.
Yeah, except intercessors can't take plasma guns.
Look, we can cut those
sergeant.
off.
I think the sergeant can. At least you can say it's a plasma pistol.
Yeah,
it's a really big plasma pistol.
It's fine.
Oh, and there's a little side thing. You know that that little bolt gun that you had 3D printed?
Yes,
I assembled it.
I saw the picture. That's awesome. Now you got to paint it.
I got to paint it. That's
you built it?
Yeah, I built it. I built it.
I didn't think I saw that picture.
Austin's so sad. You sent it in a DM, did you?
I probably did.
It's fine. Yeah.
But no, I built it. I made it so you can actually pull the trigger.
If it wasn't like a 50-hour print, I'd be let me bang you on another one. But it used like 4 spools of filament, man.
No, I
can't do it.
I said before, I was like, I don't have the space for that.
It'd be so cool on a wall or something though. Like I could print you a helmet and that. Like,
so I basically had to put get a half-inch dowel, and I use that to kind of get everything lined up. The trigger, I actually made it so you can actually pull the trigger. It's just
just put like a spring in there or something.
No, I put there's not enough infill for it.
Oh,
so I used magnets.
Oh, cool.
I went to Home Depot, got some rare earth magnets.
Yeah.
I just made them so they were just opposing each other, and I kind of also put a piece of like plastic, smooth plastic.
Oh, that's real. That's genius.
So because it kind of was already captured in that area, and I just stuck it in there, and it springs back and forth.
I like it. That's
awesome. Opposing magnets to make a spring. That's genius. I love that.
And then I also magnetized the magazine so you could it clips in.
Yeah.
Oh, you're way smarter than I am.
Yeah, no, that
I would never thought
that would
of
have just been loose. You have to turn it forward to get it.
It just
yeah, I like it.
And then
I like it.
so like I was on the way here and I was like, oh man, I should have brought it.
It would have been neat.
Next time.
kick in the door. Just what's up, heretics?
I love it.
The Christmas colored bolter.
For now, I got black spray paint. If it wasn't raining, So as far as codexes coming out, it's pretty safe to assume Space Marine and Orcs will be
Number
first.
1 and 2. Yeah.
But what do you see or what do you feel like needs to be after that?
Probably chaos.
I would say I would almost agree with you, but I have this weird suspicion because I've been seeing it everywhere. So we just recently got Mechanicus 2 dropped. They're releasing a Skitarii skin for Darktide, and I think they were also doing another Mechanicus thing for the Rogue Trader game.
Yes.
They're really going heavy on the Mechanicus just in the background.
Well, how old is their codex?
I don't know how old the Mechanicus Codex is.
I feel like they probably need it though. They've been in a weird spot all the time.
But it's one of those things where I'm just seeing all these little details like in the background. They seem to be very Mechanicus focused while everyone's looking over here at the new edition. And it's like, I think you're going to release a Mechanicus Codex pretty soon.
That'd be pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, I think it's either going to be a Mechanicus Codex. I know Xenos factions just need love every once in a while.
There were a lot of Drakari rumors floating around as like a maybe end of year line refresh.
Boy,
wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
Right before 11th edition, you get a brand new refresh.
I mean, we got a codex like a year ago, so it's fine. It's fine.
While the Chaos Demons are sitting over there crying.
Well, they're, yeah. Anyways, I got hot takes, not here. So, the lore and the setting. We're back to Armageddon.
Fifth War of Armageddon, baby.
Yarick has found his way back again.
Somehow Yarick has returned.
Death cannot stop that man.
Any hot takes on that specifically? I mean, is this becoming like the Star Wars universe where like characters just aren't dead anymore, or like is there no sacred cow, or like how?
The best way I can describe it is time in 40K is weird, and that's the best. And that's going to be my honest the best way.
Yeah,
because I mean, not Castle and Creed, the. Not Ursula, not the other one, but the one with the Color Sergeant Cal and everything, who basically I think Creed got pokeballed by Trazen. And
sure.
The Color Sergeant Cal got killed by Abaddon while talking shit to him.
I mean,
based.
So
But that's like ninth. That's like 8th edition lore. That's the fall of Cadia. But no, I think what it is, it's you get these characters that people love. I mean, there's so many guard characters I can just think of off the top of my head.
Oh yeah, you guys have so many epic heroes. It's crazy.
Yeah, is we have Castle and Creed and Color Sergeant Kel. Who they're not around anymore because of lore.
Well, they still got their models though, right?
I mean, they're probably out there.
Oh, I mean, like I'm thinking of Ursula still. Okay,
yeah, Ursula's was the replacement. Sure. Then we got Gaunt, who should not be alive because it's been 1,000 years since the Sabbat Crusade. Oh, so timeline wise, it doesn't make any sense for him to be around, but he's popular.
Yeah.
Warp shenanigans,
I guess you can say. Then we also have, let's see here, Iron Hand Strachan, who's a Catachin commander who has a robotic arm because he lost it and he
didn't get like half of his torso
in the guard codex.
Yeah,
everybody's got a missing arm.
Wasn't it like it was more than just his arm? Wasn't it like he got bit in half?
Yeah, it was like half his.
Like half his torso was just robot because he got bit in half by a land shark or something.
He's the one guardsman model who has a 3-up armor save.
Nice.
Decent.
And then there's just so many characters, and I'm actually just hate to say I'm blanking on it, but they're just not around anymore because they're human and humans don't live that long.
Sure.
But characters, like Yarick,
right,
who's been around since 6th edition.
When there's I believe it was 2. I mean,
yeah,
technically, I think he's been around since like 2nd for the 3rd War of Armageddon.
Yeah.
He's been it's like 2nd or 3rd, maybe 4th edition lore. He's been around forever.
But it's also Calgar. Calgar has been around for a very long time.
To be fair, Space Marine characters lasting forever is kind of
their thing. Yeah, they have
they can Dante's over 1,500 years old, so him being everywhere that makes sense. Him still being around.
What about? Do you have any hot takes on, speaking of lore, the Dominatus box of cards kind of replacing Crusade?
I never got to play Crusade, so I don't really have a leg to stand on.
It got real janky after a couple of games.
I've heard it got really snowbally.
Feels bads.
Yeah, it would get really snowballed real bad.
No one wants to play a game where it's lopsided.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? No one like asymmetry is great. And I think that's what they're trying to do with 11th. They're trying to bring some asymmetry into the game, but also make it fair asymmetry.
Yeah. But
it's kind of weird when you have with 10th. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but it's kind of weird with 10th that both armies are trying to accomplish the same objectives for your primary. When in reality, different armies would have different motivations. Your a Dark Eldar army isn't going to try to take and hold. They're not taking hold armies.
Well, this is the mission. This is the crusade.
This is the narrative
kind of
deck.
thing.
Yeah, but
not the new mission.
My
set.
only real experience personally with the narrative was Necromunda, funny enough.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Necromunda, we did, this is way back in like 6th, 7th edition. And we were like, hey, let's get into Necromunda and run like a campaign. Well, we had one guy who just kept playing.
Oh.
Because he just had a lot of free time there.
Sure.
And he just got super powerful. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, because as your gangers get experience, they get stronger. And then you get one guy who played 12 games, you get another guy who played 2.
Mm-hmm. And that was the exact issue with Crusade. Is it just, if you guys weren't kind of on the same footing, or, I lost all my games, but you won all 4 of yours, like your dudes were just so much more powerful. And it just,
and this is where
it was good for 4 or 5 games, or maybe a weekend. And then you kind of just had to like start over.
Which is why I think the whole Dominatus deck idea it's a good idea, because it's essentially condensing it to just between 3 and 5 games.
Sure.
And it's going to be like, okay, here's what the narrative objectives, here's what you're trying to do, here's what your people are doing.
In 3 to 5 games, that's about what a tournament would be.
Yeah, you're looking at it's basically an over like you play it over a couple weekends. You have these set like mission cards for.
Well, that's something you could run theoretically at like a local event. If somebody ran a narrative event, you could craft around the deck and how it works and stuff like that.
And
so
then there's also, but I do like some of the flavor I've seen out of it. Like you have sort of a like, here's the missions for the beginning of the narrative. Here's some for the middle, and here's like the big final battle.
Sure.
And I've seen some of the stuff for the beginning is like the initial landing. Like you've got drop pods coming in, and this is where you're deploying over here.
Sure.
And then you've got the rest of you're basically being surrounded by the enemies, and I think it looks cool. It looks interesting.
And that's honestly, that deck is one of the reasons, and the campaign book, why I decided to actually pre-order the box.
Yeah.
Just to get those and not have to, who knows what they're going to cost separately between the mission deck and all the things. I was, let's just buy the box. I'll sell the things and not make money. I like to break even, but
yeah,
we'll see. Any other thoughts on lore, setting, anything like that?
I was going to say, before you veered into the whole character discussion, I was kind of reading up on some of the lore that they're kind of dropping for how Armageddon's going right now. Mm-hmm. It's really good.
I can't wait to read these books.
It's
and just
really
see
fun
what they've advanced. I'm excited.
Like, I remember seeing the one like little lore blurb about some guardsmen seeing like the salamanders fighting, and then Chapter Master Tushan is just rolling through the middle of the battlefield, cutting down orcs anywhere he goes.
Yeah. And that lore book is 114 pages. So there's, it's a good read one evening. I'm excited.
I'm very excited. And I can't speak for any other Xenos players, but I think they're going to be really excited about orcs are winning.
I would love to see the Marines get a beating, personally. It's been far too long.
The orcs are very much on the upper hand right now in Armageddon.
Well, and GW is doing something like they did at the start of 10th, where the community kind of voted on, Tyranids or Space Marines, and they got the first release window.
Right.
Which was kind of neat. Tyranids won, so they got all their stuff and announcements and showed everything off before the Space Marines, which was really cool.
I wonder if they're going to do either a vote like that or like a narrative campaign.
Yeah. It's
okay,
there's a campaign they announced on Warhammer Community.
Okay. So it's basically whoever wins that narrative campaign is going to get their first releases.
And I think they said games in store will count towards the final whatever, but everybody's open to play it and submit their results. So that's kind of neat.
That's nice.
I'm excited.
I will say, just as a little final lore note, reading through it, I love that we are getting a little bit more of that actual grimdark 40k. Like Commissar Graves is this gung-ho, like, hardliner, whereas Yarick's not quite as much, and she's just rolling through, just massacring anyone in her way.
Yeah, Graves is like a full of exuberant. She's
a young commissar.
She's a young commissar, right? She wants to prove herself, and she's going to get a lot of her men killed.
Yeah.
But Also, as a commissar, they don't really care about their own casualties.
I love that little bit of like extra grimdark flavor to that lore where she tells a general to do something, the general does it, but he fails, so she kills him anyways for following her orders.
Yeah, then that's gonna either make her exist a while or not. She's either gonna be like, yeah, we're just gonna get, she's either gonna get, fragged by her own people.
But I love that because, frankly, I don't think we've seen enough of the actual grimdark. We've seen a lot of Space Marine, like, we are the heroes of the Imperium type deal.
Well, that's second trailer they put out was absolutely fantastic. And they showed the Emperor like 9 times.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm kind of curious if they're getting ready to do something or maybe going to move forward. I don't know.
Or maybe they're just also trying to come across, because I've seen people like, the Emperor moved.
Yeah, I think somebody said that, but I didn't care enough. I was on my phone camping.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm watching this on a 6-inch screen. I'm not trying to.
I think the other thing is, it's because throughout all the flashes, he's like in slightly different positions every time. And I think personally, it's like, he's not dead. He's still alive, technically. It's just, the whole, he's a corpse upon his golden throne, writhing invisibly with power.
Yep. All right, so let's move on to hot takes and personal reactions. Question 1, first impressions. I think we're all pretty excited, or at least cautiously optimistic.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's covered. What are you most looking forward to trying in the new edition?
Honestly, just try and see how my list works.
Yeah.
Like, hey, is my 5 battle tank and 5 chimera list going to work? What's going to be the impact of my artillery teams? Are heavy weapon teams viable again because you can move 3 inches and still get your heavy? There's a lot of or like how indirect works, or what's going to happen. Is it going to be better to have Death Star units versus multiple small units, as another YouTuber has once said?
Do you have any concerns coming into 11th edition?
Just the only concerns is with learning the new
Sure.
rules, right? I think they're trying to do a lot of streamlining. They're trying to do a lot of getting. I think they're just trying to do a lot of just getting everything better. But also, Games Workshop has a really bad habit of overwriting the rules.
I hope, and they used to have a program where like high level people could help playtest and beta test and all that. I hope they let the Art of War guys at least skim through this and give advice. Didn't work out real well last time, but what do you?
I mean, there's always going to be the tournament people and the people who play tournaments who are going to understand the rules a lot faster than
100%. That's what I'm saying. Like, let's just give them a weekend and say, hey, everybody, look at this. I know my biggest concern is the way they're setting up terrain and the layouts. I'm a little concerned that the game isn't going to work well with non-layout terrain, if that makes sense.
Oh, how like there's like the difference between a GW terrain versus like
just I want to set out cool terrain that doesn't fit on those layouts or doesn't have the same feel.
I think it's going to be a little bit the opposite, because they're just saying that the footprint is what matters,
right?
So you can use your own footprints if you want to go outside of their. And
I think it's something we'll have to just figure out once we're playing games. But that's my biggest concern right now is if I want to run an event that isn't specifically tournament focused,
right?
Does the game break the moment you don't have their layouts with their terrain kind of? I don't know. I'm curious to see.
No, like everything, it's gonna be a bit bumpy. It needs to smooth out. Mm-hmm. Things need to wear, like what the old term is, they need to wear into each other.
Sure.
And that's kind of like things are gonna change. What they really need to do is they need to have an evolving or a living edition where they just are updating things.
I've been saying that for a decade.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I know
They
I'm
like to sell things and sell.
Yeah, I know
books.
they like to sell things. Writing rules is not the most. It doesn't sell the most stuff out there. But
big profit margins on books, though.
yes,
I am excited for seeing how list building changes, though, because 10th has been kind of not great about it, and it looks like they're going to be adding stuff like war gear, more character upgrades, and unit
Well,
upgrades.
detachment points. I forgot completely about detachment points, where you can now run multiple, or there's like a main detachment and sub detachment.
I need
Or
to see
just run
prices.
3 sub detachments, just staple them together. It's going to be really interesting, in my opinion, and that's
I completely forgot about detachment points.
Like I said, until we get all the point values, it's hard to really plan or do much. So that's why I'm just kind of holding until
right.
hopefully the day before release we'll get something. We'll see. We definitely covered if we're buying the box. I think between us we get 1.5 boxes. So
Yeah,
not bad.
Not bad.
not bad at all.
Kurt's going to start his orc army now.
Curtis is going to sell the orcs. And then I think we kind of talked about too, what armies are you most excited about? I think Guard, Space Marines, and Drakari for me. Back to my roots. Yeah. Any other thoughts on the new edition, 11th edition, anything like that?
Just go to it with an open mind. That's the best way I can kind of describe anything. It's especially if you are new or only been playing for 10th edition. Yeah, rules changes. They kind of suck, right? Everyone like doesn't like to learn new things.
40K's all but died out in the last couple of months around here, just because everybody's just kind of in the holding pattern.
Yeah.
I hope June 20th games are being scheduled on the reg. We'll see.
I'm hoping for it.
Yeah, I'm hoping for new games to be scheduled. Like I want to like either that weekend or the weekend after.
Yeah.
Just have like a hangout day and just try to learn a new edition.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, we'll save that for later. Yeah. Well, I was gonna go into my schedule, but it's crazy.
Yeah. Insanity.
Anything else before we wrap this up?
I think the only final thought or wish, I can probably speak for both you and one of my friends, is give us Lehman Russ.
Oh,
Give us Russ.
Yeah, I'd immediately turn those Marine half of the box into Space Wolves if there was so much as a rumor, but I don't think it's going to happen. So
I'll see here what Primarchs could come back.
the
We got
wood chipper.
Dorn, so we got Rogel Dorn could come back. We got Lehman Russ who can come back.
Corax.
Corax,
Corax would be very interesting.
Jagatai Khan.
The con, yeah.
That's 4. That's 4 separate Primarchs. I'm just trying to think of like what are the, because we got 2 Loyalist Primarchs.
Sanguinius is definitely dead.
Yeah,
He's very dead.
Very dead.
Ferris is very dead. Like very, very dead.
Salamanders.
Vulcan.
Vulcan
is the most likely to be able to come back because he can't die.
Last seen on Armageddon?
No, I don't think it was Armageddon.
That was the other orc.
It was
battles.
he tackled, because it was the War of the Beast. He like tackled the beast into like a orc reactor of Wa energy and exploded.
So, because how many traitor Primarchs are currently released?
And we've got the 4 big
We got
ones.
Mortarion, we got Angron, we got
Emperor's Children,
Fulgrim.
Lorgar.
Fulgrim.
Yeah, Mortarion, Fulgrim, Angron, Magnus. You've got Perturabo, who's very likely coming.
He's rumored to come back. But we have at least 4 traitor Primarchs that are still around.
Lorgar.
He's a traitor?
Lorgar?
Oh, I'm thinking of different Lorgar.
Lorgar, the one who started it all.
Well, I'm
the
also
first heretic.
Kind of his fault.
I'm thinking of the ones that actually have models.
Oh.
I was thinking more lore wise, like who could come.
I mean, technically,
No.
they all have models in the heresy. I'm just
So who has
Don't
who
count.
currently has models who currently has models right now? I know there has to be 4 traitors.
Yeah.
We only have 2 loyalists.
Yeah.
let's get some loyalists back on the
We
table.
get some loyalists back on there, and we have two now, and we have Lehman Russ, who could come back because he's just in the warp doing warpy things. We have Ruggle Dorn, who the only thing they found was on him of him was his hand, so he could come back. There's some rumors out there that he can come back, especially if Perturabo is going to come back. Jagatai Khan, the White Scars Primarch, and Vulcan could come back because he's a perpetual.
Yeah. But I'd say from a logistical kind of meta perspective, it's going to be Russ because he has his own army.
I've been hearing this rumor since 6th edition, man.
Yeah. It's because all Space Wolves just got a big new refresh. They got all those brand new spicy new models.
Who knows? I mean, that could be what there could be. Perturabo come back, and then they have
Perturabo versus Russ would go so hard.
Versus Russ, that would go hard.
That would go so hard. I would love that.
I'd pay to see the fight. give me the animation.
Give me the animation.
Yes, give us that animated trailer, please.
All right. Well,
tangent aside,
yeah. Hey, we had to fill time. It worked out. Still super short, but it's okay. If there's nothing else, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, well, wrap it up.
Sounds good.
This has been episode 32 of Webway Radio. I'm Kurt.
I'm Steven.
I'm Austin.
And we'll talk to you next time.
See ya.
See ya.